Picture this. What if your absolute perfect, life-changing career opportunity dropped right into your lap tomorrow? I'm talking about the dream role, the ideal company, the perfect salary, the whole shebang. Are you ready for it? Welcome to episode 7 of our explainer series, Career Readiness. Today, we're breaking down a complete, step-by-step blueprint from our sources on how to stay relevant, visible, and totally ready for whatever comes next in your career. So be honest with yourself for a second. Would your resume actually be ready today? Would your LinkedIn profile accurately represent the real value you bring to the table right now? Like, could you confidently walk into a conversation with a hiring manager and instantly explain your skills without stumbling? Look, this isn't just a fun, hypothetical exercise. Opportunities move incredibly fast, and if you have to spend 3 weeks just getting your professional story straight, well, that door is already closed. And here's another hard-hitting question for you. Would your professional network actually know what you're capable of? The truth is, this applies to absolutely everyone. You might be happily employed right now as a consultant, an analyst, or a project manager. You might be deep into roles dealing with Oracle, Microsoft, or SAP. But the technology is going to change. Your employer might change. Career readiness isn't just something for unemployed folks. It's literally the ultimate insurance policy for your entire professional future. So here is the crucial takeaway from today's explainer. Career readiness is something you maintain, not something you achieve. It is not a box you just check off once every 5 years when you decide, hey, I need a new job. It's a continuous, active state of preparation. Today, we're going to look at the exact systems and platforms, specifically drawing from the Halsway Group's tools, that professionals are actively using to maintain this constant state of readiness. All right, let's jump right into step 1, knowing what the market values. The absolute first step to maintaining your readiness is tracking real market demand. You really can't build your career based solely on what you already know because, honestly, what you know today might be losing value tomorrow. If we look at the professional tracks on the Talent Access Gateway, we can see exactly what aligning your skills with high-level enterprise demand actually looks like, whether that's mastering Oracle consulting for HCM and ERP, building verified skills in cybersecurity, or specializing in the wider Oracle ecosystem. Your goal isn't to just frantically chase every single new tech trend. It's to figure out where your specific experience perfectly intersects with what companies are actually paying top dollar to solve right now. Which brings us to step 2, building professional visibility. Look, having exceptional skills means absolutely nothing if you are impossible to find. Your professional story has to continuously evolve. Notice the visual contrast here. On the left, we've got this generic, passive outreach. Hi, I'm a graduate, please connect. We see this literally 1,000 times a day. But check out the right side. This is the after Halsway strategy using their LinkedIn accelerator. It's a specific, super compelling narrative, starting with 6 months ago, I had 0 experience. Today, I'm interviewing with 3 firms. It relies on a keyword-optimized headline and consistent thought leadership. This is exactly how you transition from begging for opportunities to actively attracting them. And you guys, the data completely backs this up in a massive way. By using AI rewritten, highly optimized LinkedIn content, professionals in this ecosystem are seeing an average 340% increase in profile views. To put that into perspective, that is 340% more recruiters, hiring managers, and industry peers seeing your value just by framing your existing story the right way. It's a real game changer. Visibility doesn't just magically happen by accident. The Halsway system breaks this all down into an incredibly structured 8-week roadmap. Weeks 1 and 2 are all about laying your foundation, really defining your specific niche. Weeks 3 and 4 are for building content momentum, posting like 3 times a week. Then weeks 5 and 6 shift into active outreach, sending highly targeted messages to recruiters. And by weeks 7 and 8, you're deep into interview prep and negotiation. It totally takes the guesswork out of the equation. Moving on to step 3, keeping proof of your value. A job title is simply not enough anymore. You need continuous, active preparation. You definitely don't want to wait until you're nervously sweating in an interview chair to test your knowledge. So let's actually test your readiness right now. Take this real smart flashcard pulled directly from the Oracle Prep Studio. Which element classification in Oracle payroll is used to process earnings paid to employees? If you're targeting a high-level Oracle HCM role, you need to know this instantly, 0 hesitation. This is what active preparation looks like, constantly challenging your own knowledge base well before the employer does. This is where modern tools completely change how you build that readiness. The Prep Studio isn't just some static PDF you read through and forget. It uses over 500 practice questions, an AI interview simulator that actually scores your answers on technical accuracy, and a spaced repetition engine. But what's really amazing here is the weak spot focus mode. It automatically surfaces the exact concepts you keep getting wrong, which means you don't waste precious time studying what you already know. Why does all this matter? Well, this number right here says it all. 95%. That is the interview pass rate for consultants who utilize this rigorous, AI-driven preparation ecosystem. When you walk into an interview having already run a gauntlet of simulated, scored, and heavily targeted technical questions, the actual interview just feels like a victory lap. You aren't guessing in there. You are proving. Okay, step 4. Connect before you need it. One of the absolute biggest, most damaging mistakes professionals make is waiting until they are literally desperate for a job to start building their network. Your network has to be built before you need to lean on it. And this is exactly why platforms like the Talent Access Gateway exist. It functions as a 4-layer ecosystem designed to connect fully prepared talent directly with Fortune 500 employees. Layer 1 is building that solid profile. Layer 2 is preparing through rigorous interview training. Layer 3 is driving visibility through your personal branding. And finally, Layer 4 is Connect, granting employers direct access to pre-vetted, highly trained talent. You do the hard work first, and then you open the door. And we actually see this exact system working in the real world. Take Marcus T., an Oracle HCM consultant, who says he went from what is Oracle to a Big 4 offer in just 7 weeks. He credits the content system entirely. This just proves how incredibly fast a structured daily readiness routine can change your entire career trajectory. It isn't about years of waiting around. It's about weeks of really focused execution. We see very similar results when it comes to optimizing visibility. Priya, an HCM functional analyst, used the AI rewriter tool to transform her generic posts. The result? 12 recruiters direct messaging her in a single week. She didn't have to desperately chase them down. By keeping her professional story current and highly optimized, the market came directly to her. And finally, we've got James K., an Oracle Cloud consultant who really highlights the sheer power of having proven assets right at your fingertips. By simply using optimized outreach scripts, he landed 3 informational interviews. This completely removes all that friction and anxiety from networking. You don't have to stare at a blank screen wondering what on earth to say to a Big 4 recruiter. You just use a proven framework and you execute. So, wrapping things up for this explainer, we've seen the systems, we've explored the tech tracks, we've walked through the 8-week roadmaps and the AI prep studios. The ecosystem clearly works, and it's actively connecting prepared talent with major employers right now. But the ultimate question drawn straight from our sources today is simply this. Will you start today? Are you going to keep just reacting to your career, or are you going to start maintaining your readiness right now? Think about it. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.